Hello again, everybody. I'm Todd Rossnagel, Director of Communications for the Louisiana Conference of the United Methodist Church. We are coming on the air on this Thursday, September 3rd, to give you another update on Hurricane Laura. And really, the updates from this moment forward are really should be titled Hurricane Laura Recovery Updates, because the recovery efforts are beginning to take shape in the Lake Charles area. And we have ways that you, your family, or your church can help this coming weekend, and of course, over Labor Day. And to help unpack those ways and to tell us more, we are joined by Reverend Elaine Burleigh, Director of Missional Engagement and Outreach, and Reverend Bob Deich, who is the coordinator of the early response teams in Louisiana. First, thank you to both of you for carving time out of your day to talk to us. I know it's been a busy day coordinating all of the efforts that are coming up. So thank you. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you, Todd.
Good to be here with you.
All right. Well, if people head to our website, which we encourage you to do, la-umc.org, you will see the button that says how to help. It's on the main banner, and there are ways for you to help. We are getting, we have a need for ERTs to help transport supplies that have been donated to Asbury United Methodist Church in Lafayette to the Lake Charles region. And so that is one need. But the biggest need that we want to talk about today is this need to clean up debris, to clean up some of the areas. Elaine, give us an overview of what to expect if folks want to volunteer.
Oh, Todd, this is just an excellent opportunity for people who want to do something to help those who have been devastated by the storm, and it's really pretty easy. We're just asking people to show up at 8:30 on Saturday at St. Luke Simpson in Lake Charles, and again on Monday at 8:30 at Westlake in Sulphur. We're going to gather there at 8:30, and then we're going to leave from there. We're going to break up into teams and go to designated sites that have a lot of debris on the ground. Can you imagine trying to clear up all of the limbs and the branches and the junk that blows into your yard without help? This is such an opportunity to make a difference in the name of Christ for people who are hurting. So no need to register. Just meet us at those churches at that time, and we will assign you to teams, and we will do some great work for folks.
And again, that is going to be Saturday at around 8 o'clock in the morning. And Bob, 8:30 in the morning. Come prepared with sunscreen and hats and steel-toed shoes and everything that you would need to clean up a yard or a backyard, including a sack lunch. So that's going to be Saturday at St. Luke Simpson United Methodist Church in Lake Charles. And then again on Monday, and that particular location again is going to be Maplewood United Methodist Church in Sulphur. So that's St. Luke Simpson and Maplewood in Sulphur. Bob, normally when we get to this point of the stage of recovery, you know, there's this call out for trained ERT. I think it's really nice to have something that even if you're not an ERT trained specialist, you'll be able to help out.
Yeah, and this is an opportunity for people to serve, and we do have a minimum age limit of 18 to be on these teams. As work progresses, we'll be able to adjust that some, but for this weekend, because of the hazards that are there, we're limited to 18 and up. But it's a way for people to come, serve as many hours as they're able, get into the communities, come alongside people. And that's the greatest encouragement. When somebody is there, people know, and we call it the ministry of presence. People know that they're not alone. They are fatigued. They've been living in tents or trailers or leaky houses under very tough conditions with no air conditioning and little ice or little food, no refrigeration. For us to show up, give our time to them, as Elaine said, help with debris. We will have trained ERTs in the area and working alongside. So if we take on, say, a tarping job, we will take able-bodied persons, team them up with trained persons, because there are some techniques and best practices when we do something like tarp a roof.
Bob, it's always important to note and tell folks at home that if you don't know how to start a chainsaw, if you don't know the difference between this shovel and that shovel, and you just don't know how to do those things, there is still a need to sit with homeowners and sit with community residents and provide that caring Christian presence, right?
Absolutely. And Todd, you've been involved in prison ministry, and we always say, listen, listen, love, love. And these people have been through tough times. And for them to have someone say, how are you doing? And to say, I'll be there for you, and I'm here for you now, it can make all the difference in the world. It can turn a person's life and turn the corner in a person's life.
Absolutely. No question about that. So again, Saturday in Lake Charles, and then again on Monday in Sulphur, which is right outside of Lake Charles at Maplewood. That is just, we're going to take a look at some of the pictures here of Maplewood, some of the largest devastation that we saw in and around the Lake Charles area. Reverend Andy Goff there. So if you get a chance to head over there, it would be greatly appreciated. Elaine, I think it's important to also mention to folks at home that although the recovery efforts are starting, this entire operation of recovering with the hands and feet of Christ and responding to those in need, it takes money. And we encourage folks to give. The information is on your screen. Tell folks at home how this money can be used to help those in need.
Well, Todd, you know, there is almost no one in the state of Louisiana who doesn't know someone who has been terribly impacted by the storm. We've had some of our most vulnerable people in the path of the storm have had to evacuate, and they are spending resources that they don't have just to exist on a daily basis in a hotel, buying meals at restaurants they wouldn't normally have to buy. And they are using the last of their resources. So by giving to our relief effort, we're going to be able to support them as they're able to transition back into their homes. We can help them rebuild their homes. We will walk with them through the process of insurance claims, FEMA grants, SBA loans, and help them recover their lives again. Every dollar that is given to our relief is going to help people who are suffering because of storms, and no one needs that now more than those who have been hit by Hurricane Laura.
We are getting a lot of questions about how we are going to do this with coronavirus and COVID and social distancing. I think obviously we need to remind folks at home that if you are headed to Lake Charles, just as if you're headed to the grocery store, to bring your mask, to bring some extra masks, as that is a requirement for our response as well.
Absolutely. We take the pandemic very seriously, and we want to keep people healthy. So we do have masks, and we'll have them on Thursday and again on Friday and Saturday and again on Monday, so that if you do forget your mask, we'll have them for you. We ask that you wear them whenever you're within 6 feet of someone you don't live with. We'll have hand sanitizer available. We practice social distancing. We want to keep you healthy as well as the homeowners that we are going to help.
Bob, I know it's always heartwarming to see Louisiana Methodists respond, and we always do and always will. But it is also just so heartwarming to see Methodists from around the connection respond. I know our friends from Northern Illinois are either in town or on their way. Give me an update on where they are and what they're headed towards.
Well, they're rolling into Lafayette to tool up. They were able to travel fairly lightly. We'll be able to give them one of our tool trailers and give them tarps and furring strips and nails and other supplies so they could travel light and fast. They are passing through Lafayette even now this afternoon, and they're going to stay the night in Gaydon if they can find it. And they're going to be well fed there, and they're going to probably want to come back and eat something with, put something on rice. It doesn't matter. These poor folks in Illinois, everything is corn. We have rice down here. Enjoy it. Help the economy out. Spend your money here, leave some behind. That's what we do well. But seriously, they are coming from, we have teams right now from Tennessee, Illinois, North Carolina, helping us on the ground and setting things up. We have folks coming from Texas, had 2 conversations with directors of conferences in Texas, and we're blessed with supplies that are coming by the tractor trailer load from Alabama, from UMCOR depots in various parts of the country. And it's really a huge blessing. It's overwhelming. It's very humbling. I would like to add something about Saturday and Monday,
Sure.
if I could. We talked a little bit about the tasks, and there's something for everyone. As you said, you may sit and just listen to someone's story, or it may be picking up debris in the yard, maybe helping somebody sort and pack belongings, all the way up to climbing on a roof, if you're able and willing, with others. And we're going to pair you up. So there's tasks, but you won't be alone. We'll be with teams, and we'll work together. We'll go out together, and we'll go representing Jesus Christ in the United Methodist Church. And then in terms of your tools, we said bring appropriate work clothing, gloves, and your mask and bug repellent, those sorts of things, minimum age. And also we suggest you bring a first aid kit, a sack lunch, and bring an ice chest. And before you get within an hour of Lake Charles, you need to fill your ice chest and you need to fill your fuel tank, because we don't want to take away from their limited supply in Lake Charles. And the lines there are very, very long. So just to add those things in.
Absolutely important to note. And it's also important to note to everyone at home, the power of sharing on social media. We are getting to a point where the news has shifted. Just like 4 years ago, when the news shifted to the presidential election, we are in that cycle again, where they have moved on past Hurricane Laura. And it is just so important, so very, very important to share the media, to share the posts that we create and that you create at home and that you create inside your church. It's one of the ways that some of these conferences from Texas to Illinois and beyond, as long as we continue to share the need, people will respond. So it's just so important to continue to share word of the need here in Louisiana. Also, it's also important to note, as both of you will attest to, this is not the first and last opportunity to respond to the need in Lake Charles. This just happens to be the first coordinated effort. We will have many more efforts to come in the weeks, months, and even years to come. Elaine, Bob, good to see you. I hope you're getting some rest. I hope you are Sabbathing as best as all of us can at this point. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Todd.
And your commitment to the kingdom of Christ and to the United Methodist Church here in Louisiana. Thanks again.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Todd.